Mercury day. Go fucking figure. As I said that. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker. Say it again. Light worker. Starseed. Earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, and messenger of God. Okay, I highlighted light worker. I'm going to start highlighting where the messages are coming from on that particular day where we're channeling. Today we are channeling light worker messages that come from the stars, bro. The stars. I'm really not excited about this. I mean, I was planning setting this up so I could do it after I ate, and my food just dinged, and they're like, no, you do this now. I'm like, you serious? I'm not really starving. It's just I'm filled with energy, and I can't force food on top of the energy, is what they said. In order to keep up with me, which when I'm in this kind of energy, you can't. It's just going to flow out real fast. It's not going to make much sense to you. You'll probably have to watch a video like this 2 or 3 times. I already know that from what I'm about to open up for you. You would have had to catch my community page. What's going on? Oh, God, too much is going on. It happens so fucking fast. It always does. Energy is very fluid. Some of it moves slow. Some of it is very fast-moving energy. Anyway, so I got guided. I'm like, we have to go get some dinner. I was like, told my daughter, come with me. I'm gonna go do an offering up the mountain. We drive past Red Rocks, but I don't offer. And then I'm guided up to Mother Cabrini's. I'm like, well, we have nothing to drink in the car. Let's go get some water. And Mother Cabrini has a download for me. So I go there. As we're walking up, the water is closed. It usually is on frozen days. I don't know if they just try to save the pipes or what the case is, if the water literally freezes on frozen days. So there was no water. We didn't get to drink from the living water. I go in and I have my moment. I have these moments where I stare at the statue and I get visuals, unbelievable visuals that come in a golden form that come from behind her statue. And so I'm sitting there and multiple spirits come out of the statue. They're flying. I watch them. 1, 2, 3. And by the 4th one that flies straight at me, they're cloaked female and energies. They're coming out of the statue. They're flying through the room, and one flies through me. And by this I know. I'm like, what is this? And all I get is the 7 sisters. Okay, and then I'm looking at her, and in the beginning it was me praying to her, but shortly after, I always got this sense that they were praying to me. Every time I walk in there, I felt like they were praying to me. So anyways, I get this thing where she's praying to me now, and she's talking to me. And the 7 sisters was just, what I got. That was the spirit I left with, was the spirit of the 7 sisters had come with me into my being, with me. I carried them inside of my being, is what I got. I've had a lot of these downloads where Jesus Christ himself had came up from in there, and I carried him in my being. You know what I mean? Mother Mary, all kinds of them. So anyways, I get that moment, but then the conversation starts, and the conversation is, it's time to go to the next level. I'm fighting, holding on to worlds. I have this extreme. It's all or nothing. I either have to give all of it to the Matrix or all of it to the spiritual, all to my children, all or nothing. And it's not working out well. I'm being spread too thin. I'm burnt out, and I haven't found the medium of it. And so right now I said all I was going to do today, I started my reading at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to give my day to the Matrix to do all of this. Right? Is what I planned. I will give you this bit, but I need all of this for the Matrix. And that's how I kind of work things around. It's like I give a majority of my space here or there or everywhere. Today's reading was about boundaries and saying no and shit like that. It was talking about stuff like that, coming out of the illusions. And I'm like, well, I need to come out of this trance world. The 7 sisters are all about the dream world. Let me continue. So, this morning I have every intention to go out into work. I'm getting ready like I'm going to do it all fucking day. Then all of a sudden I say, I'm not going till 6. What? I'm ready now, but okay, fine. Then I'm tired again. I told you, it just keeps happening. I'm going into these coma state, naps and dream time where I'm sleeping hours upon hours upon hours. So I go into this enormous dream, into this enormous, I leave the body, I go into an enormous comaless sleep. Again, the phone rings. I wake up later and I find out it's work. Okay, here's God challenging me again, and I made a joke. I'm like, oh, you told me not to take the job because I was just going to pay for the car. Now I'm trying to work the car, and now you're giving me the job. What are you doing? I don't know what's going on. I'm getting frustrated. I was like, if I work all night, then how am I gonna work and how I'm gonna work and what are you doing right now? I don't know what's going on. So I didn't know what was going on, and ultimately I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna go up the mountain. So I go up the mountain and I'm having this conversation with Mother Cabrini and with the spirits. And you know, it's not Mother Cabrini. It's through Mother Cabrini. Just like you talk to through Jesus. You talk to, you know what I mean? It's through the spirit that you talk to God. Whatever spirit. And I try to explain that to you through mediumship. Okay? All things are good, all things are God. You know what I mean? If you see a dark spirit, it's because that dark spirit has a message for you. It's not that God is not watching this spirit. He sent this spirit. It's okay. God sent this spirit to talk to you. You're going to understand it. And that's just kind of how it goes. Anyways, going back to it. So the spirits are telling me, they're like, I'm telling them, I'm like, I'm stuck between worlds. They said, you cannot go back to being a Lyft driver. Nor can you get another job. You know that your destiny is to be the priestess. I said, I know. And you've fought it all week. But we've shown you, and I've shown you, and I've shown you that this is what you need to do. You sat here and told everyone else how to become big and famous, but you won't take your own, take your own steps into doing what you are called to do. I said, I know. I'm just sitting there like, I know. You know what I mean? They're telling me, you know, and it's not harsh. It's loving. It's from the mother. It's loving. It's like, you say you're not ready, but you're ready. You have no fears. You're just not doing what is being called of you. Where are you going to go? There's nowhere to run. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I kind of want to cry because it's like, you know, it's like, you know what you got to do, bro, and you just keep bullshitting. Like, I know what they want me to do. They want me to be seen and heard. They want to be seen and heard through me. This whole thing is all, you know, I'm just their messenger. Again, the messenger of God. And all forms of God that are working together for this, which is you, you're his children. And I'm coming here to bring you all of God. The Pleiadians, they're of God, bro. They're trying to teach you about Christ, bro. These are beings. Okay, these are beings of a star system, which is the system itself. We're the seven sisters. These are their children talking to us. But now it's their parents, you know what I mean? The stars that they were created of are speaking, you know what I mean, directly to me. And this is that. It's like it's above, beyond you understanding. And that's where it is. It's like I'm the only one. They made me for this, and I do this quite well, and I love what I do, but I'm not doing what the next part is to call, is to expose, to come out and show them what I am, what they've made me, and do, you know what I mean, that. Be me and what I am here to do. And so we have this huge talk, and we get down, and, you know, so that came to me, and it's like I get down here, and I'm like, we've got to start the TikTok. I was like, I'm not starting a TikTok. We're moving our I have to move my work from there over to TikTok. And I have to work harder at exactly what I projected at Logic. I have to get this started. It's not going to start itself. It's my job. It's not because of fame and fortune because I need it. It's because it's what I'm supposed to do. I have to get to work, but the work is here in the 3D. Not that type of work. This work, I have to work at this. I have to keep doing what I'm doing, but I have to be louder. I have to be the loudest one in the room. I have to do what I've shown, what I know, you know what I mean? What I teach you guys how to do is to be seen, to be heard, you know what I mean? To walk in it. And that's kind of what I got out of it. So that was like kind of a, you know, slap in the face. Because it's like, alright, I get it. I can't run from this anymore. So, you know, I have to step up and step out, just like you're being called to. Okay, so now, let's go back to the Seven Sisters. The Seven Sisters are considered, to your guys' understanding, as a star system, which is considered the Pleiades star system. These are the Pleiadians that are... oh, fuck. Their children, ultimately. It's a race of beings from another time and space that are still present in our time and space. Time and space are only here. You don't understand it. It doesn't exist but here. Anyways, going back to it. So when they come, you know, in essence, I know what the sisters have, and that's for me, for my project. They're here for me and for everything else. But as far as this, I'm like, I go back here, and I'm like, do you want me to talk about the 7 sisters? They're like, no. I mean, I went to this page, which I talked about last time. Last time I pulled out this book, I talked about the Sisterhood of the Ray of the Ascending Christ. Females who were enlightened and became Christ consciousness beings while still on earth in their bodies, now serving as guides and high-dimensional teachers for humans, ready to become enlightened and initiated into the Christ consciousness. I'm part of a brotherhood, a sisterhood. I'm part of everything. And so are you. Everything is working for you. So I started here, but then they were like, there's what we talked about. And then I went to this. I started going through it all. I was like, where do you want me to start? And then I saw the 8th dimension. I told you over the week, that's where they said I was when the last time I pulled out this book. Pure color, a flow pattern are trademarks of this realm. Being in the dimension exists as self-awareness, consciousness, emanating color, light, and movement. When communicating with one another, it is more of a synergetic experience during which neither being can tell the difference in itself and in the other. Great love of union and communion takes place here. Because of the absence of sound and an individual's expression in the realm, it is also a realm of the void. I told you I live in the void. Which is in its true purpose, a place to experience one's wholeness and uniqueness as pure essence and consciousness. When fear is absent, it can be a place of solace and deep rest. Okay, that's the place, and what you know what I mean, that's the consciousness of where I'm at. And then I shared information throughout the week of what comes from inside of the void. All things are created inside of the void. There's nothing in there. You can create anything from nothing. You can only work with what you have. Once you have a vision, once it's sculpted, you have to work with the sculpting of it. And that's where I come to teach you to destroy the foundation of what it is so you can build it into something better. I've always used this term, you know, a vase. It's a beautiful vase, but it has one purpose. If you use that vase to pour water out of it, you're not, you know what I mean? You can use it for multitude of things, but that's not what it was created for. If we destroy this vase into 1,000,000 pieces, we can now create it into many things. We can create it into an ashtray. We can create it into, you know what I mean, a pottery, a bowl, a cup, a glass. We can create it into anything new. All beautiful things can be destroyed and created into something new. In the void, nothing has form. You can form it into anything you want with just the idea. And there's no fear to stop this. All creation is made in the void. And that goes back to God. First there was nothing. Okay? Wanted to talk about it. Try to keep up with me. I'm going to give you guys some seriously. I'm not reading all of it. This is the glossary of this book. I'm going to give you what you need to know. Okay? Archangels, the highest evolutionary level of angelic conscious, still maintaining individualization. Self-motivated angels, holding dominion in particular specialized areas, and opposed to serving angels who simply do as instructed by beings on higher evolutionary levels. Know that. God made them to do one thing. So when you're praying to Michael, you know, there he comes. Example, okay? Archangel Michael is in charge of the Legion of Light who carries the sword of truth. I told you, the truth. That's all he kills people with is the truth. And protects being on the physical plane who request it, meaning let the truth be told. Here comes Gabriel, is the messenger of God, interfaces between dimensions, maintaining communication as needed, meaning you're not listening, he's coming to deliver his message. All right? They are the helpers, also make sure that humans' free will is honored by etherical beings. They have their purpose. You must understand your angels and what they were created for. They have one purpose to serve. You know, and when I tell you that Michael gave me his sword, as I'm the queen of, the queen of swords, the sword I carry is the sword of truth. That's it. Our only offense against the darkness upon us is God's word, and that's the truth. The truth shall set us free. Promise. Okay, ascending masters A being who has lived on earth, like myself, in a body, reached enlightenment, like myself, experienced their conscious death, many deaths, or full body ascension, and attained Christ consciousness. Not all lifetimes, and that's why I'm picking up all those little pieces of, the dark pieces of me, but yes, as Kuan Yin. That's Christ in the female form. All of the members of the Great White Brotherhood, including the Sisterhood of the Brotherhood of the Ray of the Ascending Christ. Beings at this level attain divine enlightenment through all 9-dimensional aspects. I'm already in the 8th. You're going to stop me? You're still stuck in the 3rd. Of their listen. Divine enlightenment through all 9-dimensional aspects of the self simultaneously while still in the human form. That is me, and I showed you all of my past lives are here, simultaneously in the human form. Multidimensional. What? Yes. Ascension, that's what you guys are going through. Again, I'm only going to read to what they want to talk about. Astral body, astral planes. Oh, God. Non-physical realms of consciousness. These are real, but they're non-physical. We live on a physical realm of the 3D. There are non-physical realms of your consciousness, and that's where we go through. We work through the programming of your mind that keeps you bound to the idea of the 3D, and we take you into the 4D and above, which is higher levels of consciousness, vibration, higher perspectives. You know what I mean? Your brain works better than others. You're not smarter. You think differently. It has nothing to do with IQ. But you become enlightened very quickly. Conscious corresponding to the physical world, but not of it. Live in this world, but not be of it, where I am teaching you the Christ consciousness. Lower astral planes are referred to as the boards in Buddhism, or the dark underworld, hell, and Hades in Western society. That would be you. This is hell on earth. You've created hell on earth. Only if you leave the consciousness of your mind into a higher consciousness can you see heaven still exist here on this hell in the 3D that you've created. We must clean up this and show you what really lies underneath it, which is heaven. The paradise of what this world is, not what's underneath what you have created it to look like. The consistence of parasitic entities, denied aspects of human consciousness, thought form entities, thought forms that have become self-aware and self-sustaining, the projections created by negative emotions, the realm of the boogeyman, monsters, and your worst feared agendas. When emotions are held onto and believed to be based in truth instead of being simply seen as emotions, they become negative. Example, phobias, revenge, lusty sexual fantasies, devoid of love, spirit connection, repressed and justified fear, anger, hate, rage, self-pity, blame, victimhood, control, and greed. These energies, as well as physical abuse, rape, drugs, alcohol indulgence, and negative thinking, past life murder or suicide, and an absence of spiritual connectedness, pull humans into lower astral planes. There are also higher astral planes that correspond to the physical world, such as the geometric plane, causal plane, interlinked communication network, past and future etheric doubles of the physical existence and experience, and the Akashic records. These realms are generally accessed during sleep by the astral body. All right, going back to the 7 sisters and them putting me to sleep all this time. They've just been putting me in a cryosleep for non-stop. These dark polarities of the 4th and 5th dimension. These beings the beings on these realms impulse humans via their own vices, negative thought forms, repressed emotions, and denied or unhealed shadows. Yeah, there's many realms. The Brotherhood of the Ray of Ascending Christ. Males who attained enlightenment and Christ consciousness while on earth in a human body. They're just males. Now serving as guides and high-dimensional teachers to the people it's the same as a woman. Okay, your chakras, we're not going through them all. Chamber of Light. Here we are. Energy spaces created by Pleiadian emissaries of light and Christ around the aura and the body, which healing energy frequencies change, balancing, or states of consciousness can be brought in. A concentrated field of specific light, colors, flow patterns, and frequencies in which etherical, spiritual, physical, emotional, or physical change can be facilitated. Again, that's why my body changes. That's why I have a hot body. It's because of the light inside. There's a burning fucking star inside of me that's burning away all of the fat. It's burning away everything. See chapters 9, 10, 11, and 13 for the different chambers. There's the Ascension Chamber, the Divine Axis Alignment Chamber, the Dolphin Starlink Chamber, Emotional Healing Chamber, Integration Acceleration Chamber, Interdimensional Chamber of Light, Ka Balancing Chamber, a Love Configuration Chamber, Unification, Angelic and Archangelic, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, in Yin and Yang, Multidimensional Healing and Integrational Chambers, No Time and Space Chambers, the PEMS, Physical, Emotional, Mental, Spiritual Synchronization Chamber, the Quantum Transfiguration Chamber, the Sleep Chamber, Stress Reduction Chamber, Super or Sub-Personality Harmonization Chamber. What are these? Places in time and space where they put your consciousness, where you're on a spiritual timeout because they're working on you. You're just kind of just sitting there dead. You're like staring at the TV, but nothing is coming in or out. You are fully aware that you are not thinking or nothing. You're just sitting there as a whole vegetable. Yeah, you have entered a chamber. How many times a day do you guys have those vegetable moments? Are you a veggie tail? Let's talk about Christ. The Ascending Master who has had a lifetime on earth under the name of Jesus Christ. A spiritual teacher who taught all humans are God's children and intend to evolve into spiritual glory, equality, and enlightenment. Ye shall do even greater things than I have done. Jesus was known to have miraculous gifts both for healing and alchemy. His last recorded miracle was to raise himself from the dead and ascend. Now, the Christ consciousness. Spiritual evolutionary consciousness of purity and integrity and action. The mastery of alchemy and ascension. The ability to know divine truth, wisdom, compassion, forgiveness, peace, and mastery. Being of Christ consciousness who are incarnated in third dimensional forms are in their divine alignment throughout all 9-dimensional aspects of the individual self. What is the frequency of Christ? For anyone in the back, 9. The frequency of 6 is love. 6, 9, love and Christ. Okay? Now, what's the Christ realm? Where the Ascended Masters, Jesus Christ, Saint Germain, who is also, Mother Mary, and all other members of the Great White Brotherhood dwell, connected with the star Sirius and the dolphin star consciousness, which is held and emanated by light beings who dwell there and who are from there, including the cities of light. Told you I've been there. They're all just a bunch of light beings. They're all God's great creations, and yeah, everybody, blah, blah, blah. I'm a dark being. It's great. All right, what's your Christed self? The aspect of a human who have combined earth experiences, all right, your life, your conscious, your thoughts, and wisdom with that of the higher self and the Christ consciousness. Same as a master presence, the composite consciousness of the 9-dimensional aspects of the individual having ascended to the third dimensional consciousness with embodiment of itself in divine alignment in human form. It's in all humans. Again, I just want to point this out. This is coming from the aliens. The aliens knew Christ. Can I get you to know this guy on page 303? Have you ever talked to him? I'm just teaching you. All right, the city of light is what we're creating here. 4th through 6th dimensional cities and temples of light where ascending masters dwell. Okay? Located on location of many spiritual initiations, sacred teachings, and healings during human dream time and between life teachings, review, and healing. All right, then you got your clairaudience, your clairsentience, your clairvoyance, cocoons, collective consciousness, that's you guys, the Council of the Orders, decoding, devas, devic kingdom, dimensions, 1st dimension, 2nd, 3rd, learn all of that. They get deeper and deeper. The 6th one is really long, 5th one's long. Let's talk about this 9th dimension, then my next jump. The polar point of the Shekinah. Never mind, back to the light. I already knew it. The sacred pillar of fire, or the pillar of light. It is the last dimension in which light beings have the capacity to experience consciousness separate from the entire oversoul and whereas it came, and can also choose to experience the oversoul collective consciousness at will. The only form here is the pillar. The parallel strands of very refined light. Everything looks like pure crystalline, white light, and yet is prismatic. Emanating colors of the 8th dimension. This is the dimension of Metatron's conscious. Again, they've been with me forever. Metatron, Melchizedek, and Christ. The Brotherhood. Get on my face, guys. When I was given an experience in this realm once, the only thing I could still differentiate from myself was etherical crystals. And that's what they said happened to the 7 sisters. They were made up of crystals. And the crystalline grid is the connection to all things, and all of it, they're showing me all of it. The fucking, oh God, the white light is the crystal, the whatever. I had a collection of quartz crystals on the table in the room where my body was when the experience took place. I was suddenly aware that I could still perceive the crystals as separate from me, although the furniture and people in the room had blended into my consciousness completely. I was told that as far as a human consciousness can go dimensionally without a being vaporized. The 10th dimension. It says the 10th, but here it goes, except the 13th. I said that. I was like, how come I'm the only one that's aware of the 13th dimensions? Because it was only labeled to 12 in all the studies I went looking for. All I've been told about this dimension is that all members' original oversoul families experience themselves as merged completely into one consciousness and are no longer aware of their individualization at all. Beyond this point, I have been shown that and told nothing except for the 13th dimension is a place of completion and the oneness in which the self is absorbed into all that is and knows nothing of separation. That's heaven. You guys haven't got there yet. It doesn't matter. We'll get you there. When? I don't know. That's a long time. Many lifetimes. Let's see. I'm so hungry now. Like I'm burning. I burned through all of this. The God self. The part of all beings that is aware of its essential nature and as being an aspect of part of God, Goddess, all that is divine. That which we are in divine truth. Right there. You're pissing me off. It's just a real hard fight to do it. You don't understand. I couldn't possibly make you understand. But maybe you do. They're showing me death. They're showing, yeah, there you go. They've come to get you. And you don't want to go. Is it leaving this world? The world that you know. But that's what death is. Once they take you from this life, they're just taking you to another life. But when they've come, and that's Gabriel, get the fuck out of my face, Gabriel. I said he came for you, but I know he came for me. Ugh, my stomach hurts. You're giving me a headache. Your divine purpose is what Gabriel stands for. They come for you. God has sent me to come and get you. He has the great works for your life. He has a calling on your life. You cannot run any further. I refused Gabriel, but I sat there with the sisters. I couldn't refuse the sisters. The sisters in Christ. My stomach hurts. Let's keep going. I guess that's all we were supposed to get out of here. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the warriors, my aunt, none of this. Melchizedek, the order of the Melchizedek. Part of all of this. My stomach's hurting really bad. Okay, now, these are a pack of cards I don't pull out often. I have many that we don't just... This is quantum. This is the quantum realms. Got this the same as... Around the same time I got the Notorias, and there was another pack I can't think of right now either. These are very high level. My stomach hurts. I'm really sick to my stomach right now. They put too much light and now I'm starving. Imagine like working all day and you haven't had anything to eat and you're starting to get really sick. That's where I'm at. Did I eat today? I think I did. I had like a burrito earlier, but it all just came in. I wasn't hungry before the meeting, or before the reading, but because I was full of energy. Now I'm deprived and tired. And that's it too. It's like I can't worry about the... I don't want to go into the outside world. I told you that. This was much bigger. I didn't want to go into the outside world because I knew what they wanted me to do out there. So I kept trying to find other things to do while I was trying to be productive in the outside world instead of doing what they want. Well, if I just do, the minimum, which is what? Drive, lift, and, just minimum shit. It's not what we called you for. I'll take your fucking car away if you don't fucking start doing this. They're like serious, dude. They're fucking serious on my ass about this. It's my free will, but if I don't give in, I'm going to be in my own hell. Because this reality was created for me. This is my calling. Nobody else can do this. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to fucking struggle until it, you know what I mean? I'm drawing out my own fucking anxiety. And I said it the other day. I don't want to go outside, and then my answer is to go outside. I don't want to be seen, but the answer is to be seen. Oh, man. Fuck me. Current energy. And I don't know these cards. That's a pretty cool card. It's got the infinity. Oh, and then we were talking about, we were talking about Taurus. We were talking about Orion. We were talking about the stalkers, the obsession and shit. Zeus and his, you know what I mean, his sexual natures and all of that. All of that came up. I don't know the cards. Give me a minute. What is that? I don't know what even that number is right now. I am so hungry. I can't even think. You're not yourself when you're hungry. You know what I mean? You gotta take care of the body. Alright, it's the Chariot. Yes? Nope, there's 3 of them. It's strength. Okay. General relativity. Strength represents self-restraint with gentleness and understanding. It signals the awakening of compassion. Who or what needs your kindness? I don't know. I've been being a bitch to everyone. Don't be a bitch. I don't know. Who needs my kindness? I just talk a lot of shit. I blow a lot of smoke. I mean, I'm dangerous. Don't get me wrong. I'm dangerous. Don't fucking don't push. You know what I mean? Don't push it. But in the sense of, if you need me, you know I'm going to love you. I'm just going to talk shit. Who or what needs your kindness? All I hear is the world. Shut up. It's funny because, you know, like, nobody loves the world. Nobody can show the world love like I can. Understanding, compassion, forgiveness. Nobody can walk them out of their shame and blame and guilt and regret like I can. You know, but once you step into the light, it can't be so dark. That's it. It's like, I got comfortable. I like my dark sides. It's funny. It's fun. You know what I mean? I have to work harder. You know what I mean? Not to scare people of the dark. Whereas I find it funny that you fear my darkness eyes. I think it's hilarious. I mean, I don't know. Just being transparent. Alright, there's a whole long-ass... This is just the beginning. I'm being a wiener. This is just asking some questions. Spiritual work at hand. Another fucking card I don't recognize. Well, it's got to be right there. It's right next to that one. The Lovers. It's part of my destiny, too. He's coming. Who's he? I don't know. But he's going to love me, and I'm going to love the shit out of him. That's what they said, too. It's like, you're not going to not love this man. And that's it. It's like, and I told that to Marshall. I told that to everyone. Why would I turn down a man that wants to love me if all I want is, you know, to love a man? Is it these men? I don't think so. They're too scared. It's not that they're not worthy. I love them fine. And that goes back to Russ. Russ, I may not trust you. I may not like you. But I still love you. You know what I mean? And that's it, is you want people to like you so that they will love you. You want people to trust you so that they will love you. You know, Russ, I know all the layers of your dark being, and I still love you, bro. And if I can, and that's what was the, you know what I mean, that's it, is if I can love him, I can love anyone. And that's really what it is I teach you, is like, you got to get past, you know what I mean, what they appear to be, and just give them what God wants you to give them, which is truth and love. I mean, they need it. He needs it. They all did, you know, but in the sense of, all they thought about was their own needs. You know what I mean? It's like, what about me? I mean, yeah, I made it through this. I'm the girl that fucking lived. I'm the one, but you watched me. And all I cried about from all this time was to just give me a hug and let me cry on your shoulder. I didn't ask you for a car. I didn't ask you for a house. I just needed you to be a support to me, that I'm here to support you. I asked for equal give and take. Okay, and maybe I kind of tried to bully into, you know, marrying me and giving me babies. In the sense of, why not? You wanted to in other lives. Move on. In the sense of, you know, going back to it, it's like the lover situation. It's my destiny. You don't work this hard to find love and not find it. Or it find you when you stop looking. And that's exactly what they says happens. You stop fucking looking, and then it just finds you. Meaning, you know what I mean? I can't run from it. It's coming to me. I've put too much out. I've put too much on it. It's going to find me. Only good things, of course, because I've done all of the work. I've learned all the, hard lessons about love. Not to say we're going to have no fucking perfect-ass relationship, not with my mouth, in the way that God works in our lives. But in the sense of, you can have a relationship based on love, compassion, understanding. Going back to it, I haven't even read The Lovers, but that's what it is. It's like, I had to learn how to love a person that I didn't want to love, which was, Bobby, Russ, Lewis, all of them. Dude, I don't want to love this. This is going to take too much work. It takes too much effort on my half to get close to a person. And I push myself to way past getting close. Are we can you hear me now? In the sense of, I learned how to love individuals to where there was, I loved them fully. And then I had to go learn to love other fools fully. And to where I can love everyone fully if I just get out of the way, or if I just give myself time to calm down while I'm in the mix of this. And that's what God has made me, as an instrument of love. So going back to it is like, both of these cards, all of it is just, it's coming. And that was that celebration card. It's like, it's coming. Everything that we have worked hard for is coming. Everybody sees it in their cards. You're all seeing it. And it's like, I'm trying to run away from it. I'm trying to pack up my kids and get the fuck out of here before it comes and finds me. I'm trying to go hide in the woods somewhere, you know what I mean, and keep living my life before all great things find me. They'll find me wherever I go, because it's meant for me. You know what I mean? I'm meant to be loved. I'm meant to be heard. I'm meant to, for all these things. But it's like, I don't know. You see it so far, far away. It's like that day will never come, just like my priesthood, just like many things. Just like my lift car, just like my trailer. It's going to take me years. It's going to take me a lifetime to figure this all out. You figure out you, and when you've got you figured out, everything will come to you in good time. And they're saying this is a good time. The only person that's making it bad is, I don't want to accept the good time. I don't want to roll with the good time. I want to hold on to this, making the bad time that I'm having, instead of stepping into it. And as I'm seeing that, I'm like looking at this, it's like, and that's what Russ said, that message stuck with me. I don't listen to him like that. But I just kept rereading it over and over and over, and I told you, it was like I felt like it was a message from my higher self, from him to myself. Embrace the unknown. Run at your fear of being truly free. Whether that came from him or, you know what I mean? And that's it. It's like, did this come from him? No. It was given to him to give to the world. I have a message. Deliver this message. It doesn't sound like it came from him. It sounds very godly. He doesn't talk like that. Let's go to the Lovers. Newton's theory of gravity. The Lovers depicts the attraction between two people and shows the possibility of a balanced relationship. Where is the force of attraction at work in your life? He's had a lot of my attention lately, but we've healed a lot. There was a lot of unhealed shit between us. And it's pouring out little by little. I said it in the other video. It's like, in my demonstration to show I didn't care, I showed how much I cared. That's what I said. It looked like the whole time I loved him more than everyone, because of how much I was fighting to not love him or to love him. It was just a constant battle. I don't want to love him, so God would make it harder and still make me do it. Or, you could say him, but I say God. And that goes back to Bobby. I don't want to, God. I don't want to, God. God forced him, bro, on me. Like, for reals, bro. Ugh. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't want to, God. This is everything you want. In essence, all I wanted to do was see Bobby and talk to Bobby. But I didn't, you know what I mean? It's an absolute war inside of me. I don't want to deal with Russ, but all I want to do is help Russ. You know what I mean? These are wars that just happen inside of me. From, I couldn't even fucking tell you where the fuck they're all coming from. I mean, we can work through the lining of it, but let's just get to the bottom of this bullshit and stop warring. And I'm tearing myself apart in this sense. And I tell you, that's what it is. It's like your mind and your heart are tearing you apart. It's a difficult thing. So, but it's not to say that, they're not all pulling me. They're always pulling me. They all need my love. You know what I mean? They don't need my body. They don't need that. They need my love. And to say I don't need their love that's not true. I do need them. I need the healed version of them. I'm willing to accept them at face value for what they are, and you can see I see it every day as what they are, and I just still love them and encourage them and push them and beat them and kick them and everything. Like, they're not going any fucking where. None of them. Even though I keep trying to run away from them. Like, oh God, this world is not big enough for all of us. So, as far as that, it's like, past life lovers, fine. Current life lovers, it's the love that God put. I can't imagine, and the videos say they're pretty bad, but I can't imagine, because I do it in my own body, but have to surrender to it, because it drives me fucking crazy. So I can't imagine you guys holding it in like that. You're gonna explode. It makes me explode. It's a love that God put in us. It's not fun. But I can tell you, I said it from the beginning, is denying it makes you go crazy. And then he brings it back and he wants you to do it again. I don't want to. Didn't I love him enough last time? Love them more. No. This never ends well for me, God. I love the shit out of Bobby. That didn't end well. That's all God wanted me to do. Was to go love him. That's all I did. This didn't end well for me. I mean, you're like, well, what did you think was going to happen? Exactly. I knew what was going to happen. That's why I didn't want to be part of this. But in the essence, they're like, it did end well because it ended. And everything, all is well now. You don't have all that battle inside of you anymore. Which I don't. And that's what it is. It's like, if I just fucking step up and be the fucking famous high priestess, I don't have to battle anymore not being the famous high priestess. What's done is done, and there's no more battle to it. You know what I mean? In the sense of, if I just... it's going to happen even if I'm not ready for it. And that's what they pointed out. And they always said it. Are you really going to turn down a man that comes to love you open-heartedly, fully? No. Then quit acting like you are. Innocence. Am I not going to be the famous high priestess and teach you all the fucking things? Stupid. Alright, what's the outcome? Because I really want my fish and chips. What is that? 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment is what they say. Whatever. I'm so like that chick. It's a star birth. The 9 of Cups is a card of plenty. It symbolizes maternal abundance, happiness, and contentment. What do you have cause to give thanks for? And that's why I went up there. Is I'm grateful for everything in my life. I'm grateful for whatever is and will be and, has been. Nothing came to make me this way. I found fulfillment within myself. Yes, I'm still broke. I'm still homeless. I'm still all these things on the outside. I can change my outside now because I have a better feeling inside. But the thing is like, that's what I said, is I can't go forward pretending anymore. I don't know what this means. I don't know, you know what I mean? Just like you, it's like, how am I going to do this? You're not going to do it alone. I'll show you how to do it, how to make this be, but you just have to be ready to be. And that's all God ever asks. Just be ready. He'll fucking, you know what I mean? He'll provide the will. He'll provide the way. He'll provide the way if you're willing. And I wasn't willing. I wasn't giving in. I'm like, I don't want to. I know what you want me to do out there. Can I do something else? I'll do anything else. I'm not going to do that. But I'm not going to do that. And that's where we started going through it. What are you going to do? I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to sleep all the time. And that's what I said. Am I depressed? Is there something wrong with me? Yeah, we're going through chambers and changes and shit. I guess at this moment I'm looking at the men. The mirror on the wall. They're asking you to quit your job and do exactly what I'm doing. That's what they're asking me to do, is quit my life and do what they called me to do. The same thing I've been telling you to do. I'm ready to do now. I thought we were gonna do this together, you pieces of shit. I would be protected underneath, you know what I mean, you guys. Why? Because you're douchebags and nobody will fuck with you. Marshall is gonna, you know what I mean? In the sense of questions would be asked, but respect would be given to where I didn't have to, you know, it wouldn't be such a crowd. I'd have, you know what I mean? The walls around me. And that goes back to the music. What the fuck am I doing, guys? Why do I have to make the music? Yeah, it's in me. You know it's in me. But you know damn well that we were supposed to be together and I was supposed to ignite it and guide you. I was supposed to be the composer, not the performer. I'm being forced to, you know what I mean, do other things, you know, step into your roles. Not just my role, but your roles, because you wouldn't. And it's okay, and that's what I said, you know, that's why when I said that last time, I saw Pac and Kobe. It's like, well, I stepped into their roles. You know what I mean? Which is ultimately roles that should have been passed on to you guys from them. You know what I mean? You pass on the fucking, you know, the traditions, the work. I want you to take over my work. I want you to help these people. I want you to take on the hood. I want you to pass on, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It's like, there was a vision that I was going to work real hard and I would heal myself and you guys would learn how to heal yourselves and we could come together and heal the world with our musical creations and our creativity. With my teachings and your guys' musical creativity, we were going to be able to do this. Now it's like I have to do everything. And that's what's overwhelming me. I was supposed to have a team where we could delegate all of this, and you could be in charge of clothes, and you can be in charge of fucking advocacy, and you can be in charge of fucking beats, and you can be in charge of collaborations, and you can be in charge of this, and like everybody is in charge. We're all in charge of, you know, we're all taking charge in charge. Now, you know, our charges are placed on me. Spiritual court, take me away. It's great, but it's like, oh man. With great power comes great responsibility. All of this power is only given to me to be responsible for God's children, which are you guys, and your healing. Get you back to Christ. Get you to His consciousness. Get you back to heaven. I know how to get you there. I know how to get everyone there, and they want me to get everyone there. But again, you guys are a perfect example of not wanting it, and me too, I guess. We need to do this. Collectively, we need to step into this and quit being weenies, bro. We need to walk away and walk up. We need to step away and step up. This is very hard for me too, bro. I'm serious. I don't know. I'm serious. This is very hard. It's like one of the biggest fucking trials. It's not a trial. It's not like it's gonna be done. It's like, what the fuck are we waiting for, bro? Let me take another year to myself to get myself ready. Why another year of, you know what I mean? Another devastating year affects these people when they need a leader most, when they need positivity most. Dude, this guy is destroying them by the days. Dumb and Dumber are destroying our country real fast, bro. They're filling it with, it's not they're destroying it. They're trying to make it better. Leave them alone. Don't get into that. We're not in that. But in the sense of the fucking amount of fear that is fueling through this country right now is going to cause so much devastation and destruction. People do the most deviant things out of fear. And we're supposed to be, you know what I mean, encouraging them to, it's okay. Bringing Christ into them, bringing the Spirit, teaching them that these are God's works indeed. That man has no power. This government is not your, you know what I mean, we're learning to lean on God and not the matrix. That everything we know, we can't lean on the ideas and securities, ideologies and securities of this world as they fall and crumble in front of us. Now we turn to the Spirit, not to the flesh. We turn to the Spirit, because those of the flesh are filling our spirit, or are damaging our spirit. And that's why we're being called to step up and walk in the Spirit for those that are literally, you know what I mean, their spirits are being raped or being ripped out of them. Their hopes, their dreams, their happinesses are filled with so much fear and terror. California, the devastations, everything. We can bring peace to them during this time of chaos. That's what I can do. I can show you it's okay. Because I am the fucking goddess of chaos. Created from the god of chaos himself. This is heavy. They always are. There's a heavy calling upon us, chosen ones. Who's the chosen? They know. They know who they are. A chosen person is chosen to do great things, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's King Arthur, it's all of us. We're running from our calling because you have no idea what is being called of us. We're being asked to be responsible for something much, the human race. And in essence, we don't want to fail you. We fail ourselves every day. We don't want to fail you. I'm not ashamed to expose who or what I am. I'm not scared of, you know what I mean, persecution or anything like that. I'm scared of waking up every day like I do now and not seeing the change. But that's not real, because I can change them. These men have changed. I have changed them. They've made changes in their lives. But right now I need you guys to make some of the biggest changes in your lives that you haven't made in all this time. I need you to make quantum leaps. I did. You know, you watched me make little steps, but I need you guys to make big boy steps, bro. I need you to really catch up to me. Or at least come with me. I don't want to do this alone. I can, but I don't want to. All I need is your love, your compassion, and your understanding. That's all I need from you. And you to be honest about your feelings as they come, so we can heal them as they come. That's all I need from you in order to help me help the world. I need your truest self, which is just your love, your understanding, and your compassion. I know there's a lot you don't understand. I'll help you to understand. But I need you to have an understanding heart. Not for me, but for what we are going to go, you know, the people out there that we're called to help. These people don't make sense. We got to figure out a way to understand them so that we can help them understand God. I need you to have some of the qualities that we're gonna, you know what I mean, that we need. Everything else I can teach you. But those qualities I need you to pull out from inside of yourself. What do I need from you? Nurturing. I'm just like you. Nobody loves me either. Nobody supports me either. All of mine comes from the divine. So in the 3D, if you want to give me something that I don't get that either. The same thing I give to you. All I want is what I give to you. Anything extra, I'm grateful for too. Alright, so that's where it is. We're being called. Fucking Gabriel. Hey, I don't even know what to put on this. I'm gonna eat and then I'll load this later. I love you guys. I don't know. I don't think we're done here. I just need to take a break. Later, haters.